Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to Southern Byways. And today it's part 2 of the trip to North Carolina Outer Banks. I apologize for the delay. The past couple of weeks at my day job were kind of hectic, so got a little bit behind. But hopefully we'll get part 2 done, and then we'll start looking at some other things. I know I skipped very briefly over Ocracoke Island. That's going to be coming up in a future program where we're going to talk about the most infamous person to have visited there. A guy named Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. Anyhow, let's talk about the rest of the Outer Banks. So, away we go. In part 1 of this video, we covered the area around Hatteras and Buxton. So let's head on north. From Buxton, there's communities of Avon, Salva, Waves, and Rodanth. And Rodanth was the setting for Nicholas Sparks' novel Night in Rodanth, and also the movie of the same name. Short of being in a desert, this area is an example of desolation when you're there outside of the tourist season. You can drive and not see another car. Before continuing north on Route 12, let's take a brief side trip on Route 64 to Roanoke Island. Roanoke Island has the mother vine on it. It's believed to be the oldest grapevine in North America at 400 years old. And as a side note, before Prohibition, North Carolina produced more wine than any state in the Union. And that will be a subject for a future video also. As we go north on Route 12, we arrive at the town of Nags Head. This is home of the largest sand dune on the East Coast at Jockey's Ridge State Park. Nags Head, Jockey's Ridge, they got their names from back in the days of piracy, when pirates would hang lanterns around the necks of horses and lead them along the dunes at night, and the light would bob up and down, creating the illusion of a ship at sea. And other captains would feel that, okay, we can go closer to shore, and they would run aground, and the ships would be plundered. That's another thing that contributes to this being the graveyard of the Atlantic. Also, at Jockey's Ridge State Park is the largest hang gliding school in the U.S. I hope I'm pronouncing the man's name right. Rogello, I think. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. He developed the Rogello wing, which was, at least there were some designs that never happened, but it was going to be a wing, fabric wing that would deploy on space capsules and let the capsules kind of glide to Earth. There'd be skids that would deploy underneath, or skis. Skis would be probably a better word. And you would just come in like a hang glider. Well, that concept never worked, but the hang gliding took off. Continuing north, there's Bodie Island, Bodie, which is pronounced body. There's another lighthouse there. And it's just, the lighthouse is just, right on the coast. It's a great spot at night if you want to do astrophotography. The whole Outer Banks really is. If you're into astronomy and you want to be near the beach, at night it's one of the few places where you can have dark skies to really see the stars and be steps away from the ocean. Continuing north is the town of Kitty Hawk, and it's home to the Wright Brothers National Memorial, marking the first successful powered flights of a heavier-than-air vehicle on December 17, 1903. John Daniels created a sculpture of the first flight, which is at the site, and it depicts the famous photo of the first flight sculpture. And this actually includes a sculpture of the man who took the photos, so it's a real nice sculpture to see. Southern Shores is between Duck and Kitty Hawk. It's mostly residential and was one of the first planned developments on the Outer Banks. Much of the natural vegetation has been left intact, and that makes it nice. Homeowners associations, planned developments, they got a bad rap. And I can understand why, because sometimes it seems like power goes to their heads. But there are other instances where, planned development is actually kind of good. And Southern Shores is an example of the good kind.